27-20, the Pittsburgh Steelers take care of business in Atlanta. Guy Junker, the business trip is a victorious one. Finished the road record 5-3, 9 wins. In what position are they as you see them with 2 games left to play?
In what position?
Yeah.
In 5th in the AFC, the number 1 wild card spot, traveling to Cincinnati with 3 teams from the division making the playoffs at the moment. My fear is, and I've been saying it for a couple of weeks, that Baltimore squeaks in and still takes this division, that the Steelers and Bengals, one of them has to lose when they play each other the final game of the season. If Baltimore wins their last 2 games, they'll pass at least one of them, whichever one loses that game, and that's counting on Cincinnati beating Denver and the Steelers beating Kansas City. So, hey, you said it just moments ago. Mike Logan was right. He still had a good feeling after they lost a couple of weeks ago to the Saints. I did not. You did not. No, but he's been right, and I like the way they won yesterday, Ken. They got an early lead, and they were able to stay. Against that Atlanta team, if you watched them on Monday night, and clearly without Julio Jones, they weren't as dangerous, but they're home, and I never really felt real comfortable about that game. The most impressive thing to me, the Falcons scored with 10.5 minutes left in the game to pull within 1 touchdown. Then they got 3 more offensive plays the rest of the way. The defense did their job, and Roethlisberger and company held the ball for about 8.5 of the last 10.5 minutes, give or take 10 seconds.
Yet not even the way I thought they would win the game. Could not run the ball very well. Ran their counter that they pounded Cincinnati with 2 weeks ago. Didn't work. Had to go to the air. But Wheaton and Bryan had enough big catches, Heath Miller, to spread the wealth to get enough. And the defense, I don't know. I mean, the world sack that should have stood gave Atlanta a gift 7. They really only gave up 13.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm sure we'll get into a lot of discussion about that hit later on in the show, but you're right. The defense was doing its job. They shouldn't have gotten that touchdown. They easily could have been pitching a shutout at halftime, and then who knows how lopsided the game gets in the second half. But Atlanta sold out to stop the run, Ken. I mean, they had 8 guys in the box much of the day, and they were going to force them to beat them with the pass, and that didn't go so well for a while at the beginning. I mean, the first quarter was typical Steelers. It was looking a lot like the Tennessee game where they're going up and down the field, and they wind up with field goals, and then, but clearly the play of the game was the Gay interception return for a touchdown. And of all the Steelers stuff I've watched in my lifetime, 3 pick sixes in 1 year is one of the most amazing. That's amazing. That really is.
Are they a threat for a championship this year? As we sit here right now. To win
the Super Bowl,
yes.
I don't think so. No, I think their defense is still too inconsistent and shaky. Mike Tomlin even said afterwards, he said, we didn't give up the big plays that we did beyond our secondary, but we gave up some big plays with shorter passes. He says, but we're not a perfect team. We are who we are. That's life. And I think that's kind of what they are. Could they, the chances of them winning the division don't look so remote now. If they get a home playoff game against a wild card team and then they win that and somebody maybe knocks off Denver, could they make a run? Could they get to the AFC Championship game? That's about as far as I could see them going. I can't see this team going on the road against a Denver or a New England and winning.
Just get in the tournament and see what happens. And it looks like right now, with a win this week, they will clinch a playoff berth. The kind of guy we're talking about it all week here at TribLIVE Radio, TribLIVE.com.